time now to look back at the rest of the weekend's action in Drive's Premier League review. Bit funky, isn't it? I like that.
There's a geezer that wants you to win it. And he believes his name's Wayne.
Yeah.
You should be crowned Sports Personality of the Year.
What, if I win the World Darts?
Yeah, he's saying it. He hopes you get your hand on it.
Well,
that's
nice.
from Wayne.
Thanks, Wayne. It's very kind of you.
Shout out Jason and Brighton.
I get
not
that.
So nice.
I get that because I am the people's champion.
You're not the people's champion.
No, I am, mate.
You get mixed with people. You can't go. Okay, you went to a boxing event.
I go to the pub all the time. You don't go to the pub.
Would you go to a boxing event and just sit in the crowd?
I do sit in the crowd.
No, not ringside. I'm talking up in
I see what you mean. I'm not sure, Benny. I told you that.
There you go. The people's champion.
No, what happens if I mix with like the Great Unwashed, catch something, right? And then I can't do the show. Then I'm letting down millions of people, right?
Sorry, someone's put, where's the EFL corner, lads? That's been done, mate. We did that at 4:45.
Yeah,
so sorry you missed that.
I like the fact that Rick is. What's going on with Monday show? I like that. It's nice. Well, Rick, if you're a fan of Premier League football, maybe keep listening. We can start off with Arsenal. What's Jack doing?
No, that's the stabbing it for EFL corner.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Look at, honestly, would you rather be stuck in a lift with Jack or not? Right, let's start with Arsenal following their 1-1 draw against Fulham. Fulham took the lead before Saliba equalised from a corner, which was Arsenal's third goal from a set piece in 2 games. The gaffer Mikel Arteta spoke to the media after the game, was asked whether his side could have done more in possession.
In the final third, in the last pass, in the position in the box as well, in the final deliveries a few times, and it was tricky because of the wind as well. But yeah, I mean, possession, it's not the relevant thing for us. It's where we have it, how we win it, and we dominated a lot of phases of play today against a really good team. Unfortunately, we didn't win.
One of the questions my producer Joe has mentioned in our meeting earlier on was, is Arsenal's reliance on set-piece goals a worry at all? Right? Is it sustainable? There was a great I think they're memes that went around on social media, and it was 2 different moments of Arsenal's in-play game management, and one was a corner and one was a penalty, and it was like, no, we don't want the penalty, we want the corner. As an Arsenal fan, when you get a corner, how confident are you that something's going to come from it? Yeah,
very confident now. And but you got to think, if it was easy as people were making out, then everyone would be doing it, right? But first and foremost, everyone's got to know their role to the T. That's first, right? The delivery.
To the T, what do you mean? Down to the T, right?
Down to the T, right? Yeah. The delivery is the most important part, because if you haven't got players in your squad that can deliver a ball like that, I mean, Declan Rice, he puts these balls on, he must practice it, he has to.
Declan Rice, his balls are unbelievable, aren't they?
He drops them under the crossbar so often, like, I'm going to sound quite funny here, it is like an old Stoke, right? I remember playing against Stoke, not from corners. I mean, when they had Pennant's delivery was brilliant, so that used to cause us problems. But remember the lapse throw-ons?
Yeah.
Rory
Nothing you can do about them.
Doesn't really matter how you set up.
You're right.
When the ball keeps coming in at that kind of velocity, that intensity, and they know what they're doing, all it takes is you've got you put 5 in the box. All it takes is you want 4 people that want to read it.
But what I'm surprised about is we're talking top of the top when it comes to footballers in the Premier League. Why can't a lot more people put a ball like that into the box?
But Arsenal clearly worked on that. And
how hard can it be? I'll take a good corner. I could get one there.
Yeah, but you can put in. But you're not putting it into the right areas. There's no point in you putting you might put the best ball in that you think, and no one's on the end of it, which means
their fault.
So you've got to be on the same wavelength. But I don't think Arsenal are too reliant. It's just another avenue of winning a game.
Yeah, but I also think mentally, if you're defending a corner against Arsenal, you're actually thinking, oh no,
here we go.
Yeah,
of course you are. And remember, this is with no Gabriel, by the way.
Yeah.
When he comes back.
Yeah, it's another big name on it. Let me talk to you about Martinelli. He was absolutely slaughtered by.
Yeah, rightly so.
Who was it on telly that was slaughtering him?
Merson.
It was Paul Merson.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, if they gone a little bit over the top, I mean, I know you got to watch the line and look at the last man and all that sort of stuff. Why, from a striker's perspective, Benny, just explain to me why it was an awful mistake.
It's because of the position he's in. So he's almost in. If you're a wide player, you're in the perfect position. Everyone's inside, like the fullback on the opposite side has gone inside. So the space is in behind, down on your left-hand side. Where people are getting so frustrated with Martinelli is that we all know he wants to utilise that space. He wants to run into that open space. He can give himself 2 yards. That's the annoying part, is that you cannot be offside in that time. He's bad for it. Timo Werner's probably the worst for it. Because these guys are quick. So they can give the defender 2 yards and still get in there because that's where the space is. The fact that you can even use the cut of grass, that's the most important. The lines in the grass,
yeah, I remember.
You know when you're offside, but it's because he's so eager to get in there when he doesn't need to be. That's the most frustrating part, and that's why Paul Merson slated him, because top wide players in that position, look at someone like Salah. He's never offside in that position. He's always looking along the line, and he might go a bit earlier, but he gives himself the 2 yards. Martinelli is so eager to get in there That is always going to be
Is
offside.
it more difficult if you're down the middle?
Yeah, because if you're a centre forward and you've got to look both sides, you're between the two centre halves.
But with Salah, you've got a view of the whole.
Martinelli has got the whole entire width of the pitch to look across, and he just gets it completely wrong.
Timo Werner used to be offside all the time, right?
But he was the worst for it. Because the thing is, when you're not as quick as other players, like if that was Trossard out there, it's still unforgivable, but you almost give him the benefit of the doubt because he's not quick enough. So if the ball does go in that space, he probably is not quick enough and the defender will get back. When you're as quick as Martinelli and Werner, you can give yourself 2 yards and still get there. That's the most important. That's the most annoying thing.
Let's move on to Brentford now, following their 4-2 win at home to Newcastle. Wow, what a game that was. It leaves them 9th in the Premier League. The gaffer, Thomas Frank, spoke to the media after the game and discussed his side taking 22 from 24 available points at home this season. Mind-blowing.
I think it's important to, of course, I think I made this rule of 24 hours where we can celebrate, and today I definitely want to celebrate a win and a performance like this. And then it was 24 hours in almost misery after we lost to Villa, because I think we missed out on a chance against a very good team. But we need to be positive and keep the momentum. And then we know there's a lot of things we want to work on. But right now, what a moment we are in Brentford Football Club and the fans. They should be unbelievably delighted.
I'm sure they will be 9th at the moment on 23 points. Forest 5th, 25. City 4th on 27. Pound for pound, how highly do you rate Thomas Frank?
Yeah, I love him. I think he's had a fantastic season. Brentford at home are a different animal, completely different beast. He has got to sort out their away form though.
So let me just read out that. So Brentford are top of the home Premier League table with 7 wins from 8. They are 19th out of 20 in the away table, just 1 point on the road.
And that was Everton. So, I mean, 22 points at home is crazy. I mean, I know Liverpool had a game postponed, that's why, but still, they'd still be top with 22 points. They've got to sort out the away form, though. Like they will never achieve what they can do because they've got a good squad. Mbuemo, Visser, I like Lewis Potter, Kevin Schade again getting a goal. I really like Brentford. But if they don't sort out that away, even if they picked up a few more points away from home, they'd be sitting in a much nicer position. But it almost feels like they're 9th. You almost scratch your head going, they should be, the amount of games that they're winning, they should be doing a lot better than that. But until they sort out that away form, they'll never get into Europe.
I always find that staggering. It's a football pitch. Why are teams much better at home?
Yeah, 1 point they've got away from home.
Yeah,
and they're absolutely destroying teams at home.
Let's take a look now at the bottom of the Premier League. Southampton sit bottom with 5 points after losing away at Villa. Ipswich at 18th after throwing away a late lead to lose 2-1 against Bournemouth over the weekend. Their manager Kieran McKenna spoke to the media after that game. He was asked whether he's concerned with where Ipswich find themselves.
I didn't come into this season to worry, to be honest. If I was worried about where we'd finish in the league, if I was worried about the spectrum of relegation, I was worried about other teams having better, bigger squads and budgets and players and everything that comes with that, then I wouldn't have looked forward to this season very much. I'm not in the interest, I'm not in the business of worrying this year. Our business is trying to improve and trying to perform as well as we can and trying to fight for points as every week. And honestly, where it gives us, it gives us. But it's about doing the right things every day to continue our journey as a club. And I think if we do that, then, this club's going to be absolutely fine.
There was a graphic, I can't remember if it was on Match of the Day or Match of the Day 2. I think it was Match of the Day 2. That showed Ipswich top of it for teams leading and throwing away a lead and getting nothing from it.
That's the problem. And watching Ipswich, at times it's frustrating because you're thinking, even when they're winning games, and there's been a number of them this season, you're almost like, right, can they get over the line? They don't. You can go all the way back to Aston Villa. They were winning 2-1. Obviously, Villa come back, get a 2-2. The Everton result was the one I thought, But Brentford, 2-0 up, get beat 4-3. Leicester, let Ayew score 90 plus whatever it was minutes. Yeah. Then they beat Tottenham and you think, right, they've changed. Like, they're all right, but they've just left so many points on the table. The Bournemouth one would be a tough one to take because, again, you think you're winning, you're comfortable, you're playing really well. Conor Chaplin gets his first Premier League goal, really nice finish. They almost come away from that game thinking, how have we lost that? Like, there's been games this season where you almost go, okay, we let it slip, but we don't lose. Like, we should take all 3 points, but worst case scenario, we leave with a point. When you let Bournemouth come and just take all 3, that's where all of a sudden you go, oh no, what's happening there? But listen, I still believe that they can survive. I think. Do you? Yeah, I do. They've shown enough.
Who's going to go down? You need one more. Southampton are down, right? I don't think Wolves will go down. I think they get out of it, although the gap's starting to grow now. But who do you think will go down then?
Even Leicester, I'm not sure will go down now.
No, I don't think.
And do you know why? They've got a guy, yeah, him, but they've also got a guy at the top end of the pitch.
Knows how to score.
Just scores goals. And if he doesn't score his assistant, he gives them everything.
I thought his little cutback was beautiful.
Yeah, even his finish was nice. A little half volley into the corner of Vardy, but
yeah,
I think Southampton are gone. I don't think Wolves will go down. But you're right. We're scratching our heads now, going, okay, if it's Southampton, but it's not Wolves, it's not Palace, it's not Leicester, Someone's got to go down.
What would you rather have? Ipswich go down, Arsenal win the league. Ipswich second. Sorry, Arsenal second, Ipswich stay up.
Do Arsenal win a cup with that?
No.
Does it just finish second?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know about
Ipswich
that.
survive.
I don't know. I love Ipswich.
Or you win the league and Ipswich go down.
Tough. I know Ipswich is my club.
And they go into League One. 2 seasons on the bounce.
I ain't doing that. Honestly.
And they go out of business.
No, if they go back to the Championship.
They go out of business.
Listen.
And they have to merge with Norwich.
Oh, honestly.
And they're called Ipswich City.
No, listen, I love Ipswich. They're my club,
Yeah.
but Arsenal win the league, man. Come on.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.